you've talked about the 5 mistakes to avoid.
Yeah,
How many of those have you made personally?
all 5 of them.
When and what did you do?
Different stages. Which one you want to pick about?
Okay. I'd like to pick on when did you decide on giving up? Can you exactly tell us what was the situation? How did you overcome? I mean, basically,
I started 197 and I knew that telecom consumers won't generate enough money. So I used to do a little bit of internet business also. So we were doing classically helping ourselves with, helping company generate some cash by doing some internet websites, those flash-based, I still remember, education content for some companies. And one point in time, we had to decide that we had to give up that if we really want to do big in the telecom. So there was a movement that I told my team members who were doing internet side of the business that next 2 months, we'll close this, and you guys are friend and soul, so we'll make sure that you get a great opportunity or move towards this side. Okay. So first was way back in 2003, and another thing happened a couple of quarters back, as late as I can tell you this is, so we've been driving our business on feature phones because that is how India grew up. Up till about 2008, 2009, we were doing great. In 2010, we decided that instead of assuming that feature phone will be dominating and smartphone won't win because ultimately telco is too big for letting this smartphone ecosystem to win over them, seeing the traction of what Google and Apple did, we quickly decided that it is stupid to back telecom operator to make a winner default. So we now believe that Google and Apple are the winner. So strategies move because some of those movements you have to choose these or decisions. Okay. I call them very interestingly and or decisions that you could choose and both of them or this or that. And these or one of this and which one do you pick is the critical one.
Okay. Now, so you also talked about giving up early. So like you said, I'd like to ask you then what is a good time to give up? And is there any early indicators that entrepreneurs can actually see that, okay, fine, this is not working out, I think I should give up?
It's incidentally very individual. Giving up is a very individual answer. I won't give up on my $1 billion dream even next 2 years, and I know I don't see 2 years $1 billion. And people might say, what a stupid guy you are, you got an opportunity. I remember in 2006, I was offered $55 million on table for the company that I was running that day, that give us and get $55 million. For the amount it was great opportunity. And the only conversation I had was that if I can raise money and I can continue this, I'll pick that path, otherwise I'll give it to you. Okay. Now, giving up at that moment was decided by one decision, which was about, could I raise money? And now I could raise money, so I didn't give up. Mm-hmm. So the answer that when would you give up should be these 2-3 decisions. If this happens, I won't. For example, like, when do you give up that there will be a cab coming at a bus stop that you're standing? Give me an answer for that. Okay. Think about this answer. When do you stand at a place and give up that bus will come or a cab will get it here? You have an answer in your mind. Next, I have to reach there in 1 hour. If next 15 minutes I don't get a cab, I'll move from here. Correct? Okay. So there are such small little milestones for your long journey. If it doesn't move there, I'll move on from this. That sort of thing.
So what you're saying is that you should have some parameters. If they are not being met, you should actually move on.
If you do not know where are you headed, you can't make any decisions, first of all. If you know where are you headed, you will know when decisions to be made and when will you move on from that.
Okay, fair enough. Now, so you had built Access Corps while in college.
Correct.
And you later sold it to Lotus Interworks LLC. If, with all the experience that you have today, if you were given the chance to do that again, what would you do differently? Would you do something differently?
Yeah, I think, first of all, in those days, that point of time, that was the best option that we chose. This is a 10-minute alert. I was thinking they gave us an award on the fly. Okay, so what would I do differently if I was doing that days? Those days were young, wild and free. It doesn't matter how much we were making. Today I need to bother about when is $100 million and when is $1 billion. Those days $1 million was cool. Being millionaire was cool. Today being billionaire is like do. So it's much different. Okay. And anyways, in those days we were addressing India as a market, and I believe India is an overrated large market versus it is really in a shorter time period. It is in a long-term large market, not today's large market.
Okay. Now, in your role as investor, do you see your portfolio companies making the mistakes that you talked about? And if yes, then what do you do about it?
this is ancient learning. This is age-old learning. You kept doing what your father told not to do. I kept doing everything my father not told me to do. My investee companies will keep doing what I tell them not to do. I don't have to tell. So the answer lies in when somebody wants to know an answer from you, then give it. Otherwise, let them learn. It is their resume, it is their experience, it is their character that is getting built. When there is a problem, can you take them out? I look at it from that angle, that if you did this, I won't be able to take you out. If you blew up all the money, I can't give you follow-on round. Remember that. If you don't do this, I can help you some more. So I help them by giving consequences as a learning instead of trying to say don't do it. Because end of the day, who are we to tell the world what to do or not to do and what was anyways written in the rule book, which rule book that it is correct or not. That said, there are very generic age-old wisdoms which are always true, which remain true, which is not agnostic to startup or a late stage.
Okay, so you're saying you'll only listen when you want to listen.
I'll only give advice when somebody wants it, otherwise not.
Okay, fair enough. Now, so you talked about the 5 mistakes to avoid. Now, apart from shutting down, obviously then you cannot do anything.
If you can do great thing after shutting down.
No, as in for that company you cannot.
No, you can.
Okay, so.
Because you shut down a business and you retain the company, you can do new business.
No, but I'm talking about completely shutting it down. So once you've done that, apart from that, the mistakes that you talked about, if I as a company have made it, what can I do then? How do I do damage control?
It's simple. If you did a road accident, what do? If you know you can get out of it, you know and do those things, right? Make a phone call, try talking, try convincing, everything. If you reach a stage where you can't get out, then you give up, and that time God takes over. And He will give you a chance if He wants to. If He doesn't want to, He won't get a chance.
Okay.
Rest of the people don't get chance, and worst of people get chance.
Okay, fair enough. Now, so would you consider Urja a mistake? Now, and for the people who don't know about that, can you elaborate a little on that?
We invested in a company which was a very close and dear friend, and over the period we found out that company was also siphoning off some business which was of 197s. I would like to do it differently.
Okay.
That is the answer. Would I not want to do it? Answer is I would like to do it, but differently. I like to put some different variables in place. And there is no learning which is fixed on me, which will be next guy can learn from. Because everybody's variables are there unique. And everybody's problems are there unique. Otherwise, legal lawsuit agreements would have taken care of everything that was yet to come.
So, but to sum it up, you do consider it a mistake?
Mistake in that construct, yes. Mistake that I won't do it again, no. I will do it again.
Okay, fair.